Good afternoon, excellencies, visitors from around the world, friends and colleagues from Abu Dhabi. Welcome to the last session presentation after 3 long days and many hours. So I'm the director of ADIA Lab. I won't say much about it. We are a research lab in basic computational and data science, and so that's what I'd like to talk about. But in order to get you going here is I would like to do some mental teaser for you so that you can get your brain going after many lectures. So do you remember the FIFA World Cup 2006, which happened to be in Germany and Italy won? And so my brain teaser for you is, do you remember which was the most popular app that was used during FIFA World Cup 2006? Does anybody know? And you're welcome to raise your hand and shout out an answer to that question. Twitter? No. The fact was, and this is why I bring this up, is that in 2006 there were no apps and there was nobody with a smartphone at World Cup because iPhone was only released a year later. So the reason I mention this is because smartphones have so much been integrated in our life. Now there are billions of people using them, and the average use is about 4 hours a day across the world. Now, why I'm saying this, you connect it later. And it is because AI and quantum are exponential technologies, and I would like to talk about what exponential technologies are. These are technologies that grow at a rate where performance, capability, and quality is doubling in a fixed amount of time. And how does the doubling happening is because there are feedback loops that the technology increases the user base, increased user base introduces additional capital inflow, and that creates technology innovation. So as a perfect example, and this is also very entertaining, I'd like you to look at these 2 pictures. I hope you can see them. This is a picture of New York, Fifth Avenue on the left in the year 1900, and you see all horse-drawn buggies, and you see one single horse here, and then only 13 years later, the picture is reversed. There's only one horse left, and all the rest are automobiles. So that's a typical example of an exponential technology, and what exponential technologies do is they change our life in a couple of years from horse-drawn carriages to automobiles. And this is an example of how exponential technologies get introduced from 0 to 100% of US households, how long it took for technology to be adopted. And you see they all take a long time to start, and then boops, it happens. And here is a similar picture. And this is why everybody's excited about AI. ChatGPT, 2 years old, took only 2 months to get 100 million users. And so you see that AI is not only on an exponential growth curve, but it's on a growth curve that's very different from anything we've seen in the past. So that's why it is so exciting. Now, let me talk about quantum computing a little bit. Quantum computing is a similar technology that's currently going to be on an exponential growth curve. There are many reasons why quantum computing is so exciting. I just want to point out that what you see here is not actually a quantum computer, even though it shows up in every presentation. It's actually nothing but a very expensive refrigerator. It's made out of gold, and it's necessary to have these superconducting circuits to be chilled to absolute 0, almost absolute 0. So quantum computing has exciting because it promises acceleration in many areas, in particular in simulation of quantum systems, but also in cybersecurity and in optimization algorithms. But generally, every expert will say quantum computing is still here, this part. We haven't seen the takeoff of the curve yet, but it will happen within the next 10 years. So if we think about quantum computing and payments, there are many opportunities for dramatic change. For example, quantum computing can revolutionize cryptography and security, and so this will directly impact payments, and in particular, quantum algorithms can produce improved quantum resistance solutions. And there's something called quantum key distribution, which can enhance security. And then, of course, quantum optimization can improve routing and for payments and fraud detection. So these are just some possible areas. And if you think about it, trying to speculate about AI and payments, then AI enables real-time fraud detection, and it can analyze millions of transactions. It can change payment experiences to be more personalized, and will also drive security. So these are all changes to speculate about. And if you think about future scenarios, we just heard about CBDC, central bank digital currencies. Quantum and AI could underpin a more robust infrastructure for central bank digital currencies. They could help cross-border payments through seamless global payments with minimal latency and high security. Payment systems can be very much defended against traditional cyber threats and can be made quantum secure. So these are a lot of things to think about. But one thing I want to put in your mind, there was also a discussion earlier this afternoon about AI agents. So AI agents are software constructs that have been designed to perform particular tasks on your behalf. So think of them as an executive assistant. They interact with the environment, with each other, to execute tasks, and they can range from simple rule-based systems to adaptive systems that use machine learning to interact. So think of AI agent as a software entity that works for you and does what you do in general terms and objective-based. So what I'd like to do is just to, again, go back and stimulate your thinking is use your imagination in history, and I always like history. So the Vereinigte Ostindische Company, my Dutch is not that good, was the first corporation that was created in 1602. And those of you who study the history of economics know that the first corporation was created the first time there was a company with shareholders as an independent entity, was super successful and created wealth for the Netherlands for 150 years and led to the colonial exploitation of East Asia. Now, I'm saying, hypothesize that in 2028, AI agents are made, individuals are made to basically get a legal entity status. I don't know what this is, but just like a corporation is a legal entity, it doesn't involve any people directly. So an AI agent can become a legal entity and then negotiate independently contracts, manage assets, bring innovative solutions. And so AI agents will blur the line between machine intelligence and corporate identity. And so then I'll say as a hypothetical outcome, in 10 years, in 2024, I don't know how to go back, in 2034, I predict that an AI agent will be the most wealthy entity on Earth by being the person who amassed most of the biggest crypto fortune. Now, I'm just putting that scenario out there because I think you want to think about the future in an exponential terminology about things that come together. So just thinking about how single things grow is not going to give you the future. And predictions are hard, but they have to be creative. And I'd like to show this little cartoon. It's an internet meme. Elon Musk said self-driving cars in 2 years. Geoff Hinton, who won the Nobel Prize, said in 2016 radiologists will be absolute in 5 years, and in 2024, we have radiologists driving regular combustion engine cars to work. So I think these predictions didn't come through because they are simple extrapolations, just taking something that we know of today and can think about how will it be in the future, will be faster, better. But what the example that I showed before with the phone is that we should think about things in the future in a way that if different technology come together and interact in unforeseen and unknown ways. So I'm very much inspired by Asim Azar with his book on exponential age, and this is why I think it's important is that we're here in time. That's a very notional chart, and so far the population has been growing, and as we had more brains out there and more thinking going on, we had more knowledge created, and now the population is declining, so we will have to rely on AI to create the knowledge to maintain our wealth and well-being in the future. And so AI agents may be out here to create the future of knowledge. That's why I think generally we should be very optimistic about where we are, and I would like to thank you, and I hope you think about this and take this in the discussion. Thanks.